What's going on, Phillies fans? It's your boy, Sal G, back with you on another edition on the Fightins Final here on It's a Wrap Sports Network. Friends, go ahead and give us a like, share, and subscribe. Click a like for your boy, Sal G. You can follow me at Sal G Philly on X, the Twitter. Follow It's a Wrap Sports. Share with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your most hated rivals, and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, click on that little notification icon, get the ding, and you'll make sure you get all the latest live feeds right into your social media feed in YouTube. I hope you're all having a good day. It was a cloudy and cold and dreary day at the ballpark, and unfortunately, the fans could not go home happy today. The LA Dodgers take game 2 of this 3-game series. They win 3-1 at Citizens Bank Park. Tough game for the Phils. It's almost like the offense didn't show up at all. All they could muster was one run against this club, and you would have thought, with the way the game was going, especially early on, Roki Sasaki, the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, looking shaky, not even making it past the 5th inning, couldn't even get the one out in the 5th. And you thought the Phillies, with the way the season has been going so far, with them jumping all over bullpen pitchers, you would have thought this game was a shoo-in win for the Phillies. At least that's what I thought. As soon as Sasaki was pulled from the game, I was like, there's no way the Phillies are losing this. They're taking this series today. And wasn't meant to be. Did not happen, guys. Just a crappy game. Let's check our comments out here. My boy Noom, Steve in the house saying Fantia. I don't know what that means, but I wonder if the first 3 letters mean F Aaronola. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I hope it doesn't mean anything worse than that. Noom saying line drive freeze. How can guys be so dumbass and make it to the bigs? We're talking about the Bryson Stott. When Kyle Schwarber hit that line drive to right field, I don't know what the hell play that was, why you're hitting and running, or why you decided to go. I don't know what that move was. You don't hit and run when Schwarber's at the plate, first of all. You never do that, because the guy, he hits fly balls. He hits bombs. And he hits the ball hard and fast. And what you saw there, we had a chance to score another run. And we'll talk about that. But that was a definitely turning point of the game, I think, today. Not championship baseball. No, sir, it was not. Not championship baseball with that play by Stott, and not by the Phillies offense. And not by Aaronola just continuing to give up these gopher balls. Why is Nola in after the Muncy signal? Don't remember the specific at-bats, but Nola pitched okay. And it's like his first start of the year. He gave up 5 runs. He's all right. He pitched okay. Batter's entirely too comfortable in the box today versus Nola. Throw a brush back FFS. I know what that means, Steve. For fudge sake. Yeah, man. Yeah, make them uncomfortable, man. Or change things up. Change things up, right? Work faster. Change up the tempo. Do things to keep the hitters off balance. I didn't see that today. My man Michael Papernick Jr. in the house. Pat, what's going on, brother? Says, yo, Sal. And Mike's saying the Phillies with bad habits swinging at the first pitch. Yeah, and they had you got to work them counts. I mean, they did a good job of getting Sasaki out of the game. And at that point, they should have manufactured runs. It's not a day where the ball is going to be carrying. You're not going to be hitting bombs. Although on Conforto's home run, the ball looked like it did carry a little bit. But still, these cold days in April, man, manufacture. You can't all hit 3-run home runs when nobody's on base and swing at the first pitch all the time. I saw Nick Castellanos. He didn't have a good game today. A couple balls he chased were out of the zone. Flyouts. You knew they were flyouts when he hit them. They were too high out. They were too far out of his power zone, out of the strike zone to do anything with. All right, well, let's get into this mess today, shall we? Look, the good part is we got the rubber match tomorrow, right? We can still take the series. Good pitching matchup, guys. It's another must-see game. I mean, this whole series is definitely like a playoff series to me. I mean, the excitement, the energy from the fans, sold out stadium. I mean, man, I wish I could be there. Seriously. But you got Christopher Sanchez on the bump tomorrow. He's emerging, a budding ace in the making, perhaps, or at least, the number two. And that's how he was positioned by Rob Thompson this year to pitch right after Wheeler. And, we'll get into Nola here, but they got Tyler Glass now on the bump tomorrow for the Dodgers. I mean, this is a game the Phillies can take. Glass now has mad strikeout potential. So if you don't work the count, or you getting the pitcher's counts instead of the hitter counts, the dude will bury you. He'll strike you out. He could definitely give you 12 strikeouts in 6 innings. So the Phillies got to be smart now with how they play him. They can't do what they did today and just swing at everything because he'll strike you out. Michael Papernick say, you said manufacturing. That is like asking Robbie to be a real manager. That is a lot to ask of him. Look, in all fairness to Rob, he's not the one swinging up there. I mean, he could tell the guys all he wants till he's blue in the face, hey, don't swing or take some pitches, man, work the count. I mean, that's Kevin Long's responsibility too. And Kevin Long, to me, is on the hot seat if this Phillies team, struggles to get wins via offense. They can't just rely on their pitching. Last year, we've seen a similar parallel to last year where the Phillies were winning games due to their pitching, not because of their hitting. And then, as the weather warmed up, the bats warmed up. But, man, I mean, you score 1 run, you're not going to win too many games. And that's all they got today. Buddy Dave Yarno in the house. What's up, Dave? Says Stott getting caught off of first base, not paying attention, killed the inning. Not good. No, and you don't know what could have happened at that point because you had a run. You had Real Muto was going to score from third on that play. Okay, now it's a 3-2 game at that point. It could have totally changed the dynamic of how the rest of the game played out for sure. You let him come back in. Or you gave that game away as the Phillies. You gave it away. All right, well, let's talk about the series here for a minute. Dodgers with the number 1 payroll in baseball, $403 million. That's more than I think the lowest team in baseball might not even be $100 million. So the Dodgers lapped some teams 4 times over. $403 million. But the Phillies not far behind. They do spend money. They do. They're number 4 in payroll in Major League Baseball at $308 million. But the Dodgers, number 1. Jeez Louise. And you know what? I would still take, you go the lineup right now, top to bottom, I would still take the Phillies lineup over the Dodgers lineup. I know you might think I'm crazy, but 1-9 down the line, look at the Dodgers, look at the Phillies. I'd rather have the Phillies lineup because I think we have a deeper 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9 than the Dodgers do. Now I know Freddie Freeman's out. This is part of my equation here. Freddie Freeman's out. He's not playing. He injured his ankle showering. I don't know how that happens, but I could say this: as a man in his 40s, I feel like I'm a little, when I'm in the shower sometimes, there are moments where I'm looking, I'm like, whoa, that was a close one. I could have fell. I I see myself down the line eventually having some type of incident in the shower where, I heard something and somebody's got to carry me out of there and I'll be buck naked and all. But he was, Freeman in the lineup. Obviously makes it deeper. Well, he's not in right now. You don't know when he's coming back. Probably sooner than later. And Freeman kills the Phillies, so I'm glad he's not playing right now. But I take the Phillies lineup right now. You might call me crazy, and that's fine. You can. And that might be Homer speak, and I'm going to hear it from some peeps, I'm sure. But look, the Phillies were able to get to the Dodgers. They gave them the first loss of the season last night. It happened. All right, Dodgers hot as hell, 8-0. All right, they weren't going to go 162-0, contrary to some popular beliefs. It's not going to happen, and they're not going to go 161-1. All right, the Phillies still have a chance to take the game tomorrow. Totally distinct possibility. Now, if it was Taijuan Walker against Tyler Glasnow, I might say, throw your money on the Dodgers if I was a betting man. But got Christopher Sanchez. Sanchez's money at home, and you're going against Tyler Glasnow. Philly's got to play it smart. Let's see if they can run deep counts. Because if you can get Glasnow out of the game, him throwing pitches, get him out by the fifth inning, you got a good shot to win the game. All right. Well, the Phillies now with the loss are 6-2 on the season. Still good, guys. And they have now won their last 7 of 9 matchups against the Dodgers. So, we can beat these guys. We've shown in this recent past here we can definitely beat them. They are not invincible. Maybe to the rest of the league, but to the Phillies, they are not. Excuse me. Nola coming into the game 3-2 with a 4.29 ERA in 11 starts against the Dodgers, and his ERA went up just a tad because he gave you 6 innings. He gave you a quality start, a decent start, but 6 innings and giving up 3 earned runs, that is a 4.5 ERA. So his numbers just go up just a touch there. But tough. All right, bottom of the first, Alec Bohm. This is it. The only run of the game the Phillies get was in the bottom of the first. Alec Bohm grounds out, RBI. Oh, you'll take it. That's small ball. There's nothing wrong with scoring a couple of times in that fashion. I encourage the Phillies. I'll encourage the Phillies because I'm not going to talk to the other teams. But for the Phillies, this stuff works. Sack flies. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to hit a home run all the time. I know that's how games are played now. Home runs, launch angle, torpedo bats, for crying out loud. But they manufactured that run, okay? That was 1-0. Top of the second, Kike Hernandez, he ropes one down the left field line. Gets right into the corner there for a home run. Max Muncy also scores, puts the Dodgers up 2-1. If there's one thing Aaron Nola is going to do, and if there's a betting line on that, again, if I were a betting man, do not listen to my advice because I'm a mush if I do bet, so I can't bet. If I did, and Aaron Nola's pitching, home runs given up, if there's like a line and it's like at least 1 to 2, I might place a wager on that. Just saying. Because one thing Aaron Nola is going to do is going to give up home runs. And you want him to be, ideally, the solo variety, the solo shots. Well, there was a guy on base. At least there wasn't 2 guys on base. At least there wasn't 3 guys on base. But there was a guy on base. Dodgers up 2-1. And that's all the Dodgers needed to win this game today because the Phillies played some dumb ball. It's back to fundamentals. Base running, base hitting, taking pitches, not swinging that crap out of the strike zone. And the thing about Nola is, Nola's good, okay, but what prevents him from being great are these home runs that he gives up. He gave up like over 30 last year. I think I saw a stat. It said 60, 61, 62 home runs in 2 years. That's a lot of home runs, guys. That is a lot. A crap ton of home runs. You give up that many home runs consistently, you can't be an ace because you can't keep the ball in the ballpark. You can't stop the team from scoring. It's not like they're dribbling Nola to death, bleeders, CNI singles, slap hits, bloop doubles, bloops, whatever. They're smack. When they hit him, they smash him, and they hit home runs. That stops Nola from being an ace. That's why I think Thompson moved him around. Yes, to counteract the righty-lefty matchups, but you have Wheeler, Nola, or I'm sorry, Wheeler. We're Boston accent. Wheeler, right? Wheeler. Oh my goodness! Now I'm losing my mind. Wheeler, Who the hell's number 2 now? Luzardo, Nola, right? Down the line. And now I'm like stroking out or something. I'm all right. I'm gonna get through this. But yeah, well, that's why I think Nola got moved a bit. And I'm sorry if it hurt his feelings. It shouldn't, because his bank account would make me very happy. So he shouldn't really be upset about things. But he's got to stop. He's got to stop the ball from leaving the ballpark. Bottom line, you got to stop that. You can't let these balls go out of the ballpark consistently. You lose. And, was it Nola's fault that they lost today? No. I mean, Nola actually kept it. They lost 3-1. So I can't pin this solely on Nola. He can't pitch a perfect game every time he goes out, right? He pitched a quality start. He gave you 6 innings, 3 runs. It's a good start. Not great. And, I am going to lean more towards the bats here. It's the bats' mistakes is why they lost. All right, Nola gets into more trouble in the 3rd inning, right? He had a double play, but he did get Conforto out on a long fly out to deep center. Conforto just missed hitting another home run. Missed hitting his first home run of the game right there. I mean, he was smashing Nola today. Top of the 4th, didn't get any scoring, but Alec Boe made a nice defensive play deep in the 3rd base line, pretty much touching the outfield grass to throw out Kike Hernandez. There was one thing about Bohm, this year, I mean, his defense, it's really looking good. He's making some great plays at 3rd, especially on the run or when he's got to make a long throw. I mean, the guy's been money. No errors, right? I haven't seen any error from him. He's been playing pretty well. All right, bottom 5th. Okay, here was your opportunity. The turning point of the game for me. Okay, Roki Sasaki, the Japanese pitcher, first year over. Okay, some questions here about his makeup. Can he hang in the big leagues? My man, his last start, they showed him crying on the bench. Now, this isn't like you lost the World Series, and I could see the tears coming down. You're emotional. I mean, you got pulled from a start, and you got tears coming down. You got to buckle down a bit, brother. But this was the most pitches he's thrown so far in his 3 starts. He does not look like the ace that the Dodgers, I guess, envisioned when they got him. Now, Japanese pitchers sometimes take some time to get acclimated to Major League Baseball. The ball is smaller, I believe. It's also stickier. It's tacky. It's got some type of rosin, some type of composite on there that makes you have a grip on the ball. The balls in Major League Baseball are a lot slicker, slippery, and a little bigger. So, there is some getting used to by the Japanese pitchers, and you saw that with Yamamoto, the other Dodgers Japanese pitcher last year. He wasn't, his first few starts, he didn't look so good. All of a sudden, he turned it on. Saw the same thing with Kodai Senga from the New York Mets when he came over, same type of thing. So I think Roki Sasaki could be good, but he only threw 68 pitches, and the Dodgers were up 2-1. He got pulled. So you wonder, and he was getting into some trouble because he gave up a walk, and then he gave up a single, and all of a sudden, you break this rally here. I mean, break it. They pulled Sasaki. The bench got the reliever comes in. The reliever Banda comes in. Okay, and Stott gets doubled off of first base on Kyle Schwarber's flyout. You had JT Realmuto on 3rd base. He would have scored a sac fly. It would have been a run, and it would have made the game tied at 2 apiece. 2-2. It would have been tied. Totally different ball game at that point. All right, it was a 2-2 game. But you screwed up, and Realmuto didn't cross the plate before that double play happened. You didn't get the run. Bad play by Stott. I don't know what he was doing. If Figueroa, the first base coach, if Thompson told him to do that, bad But if that was Stott on his own, you got to know, bro. I mean, that was not like a diving catch by Teoscar Hernandez. It was a sharp ball hit to the outfield. It was quickly hit to the outfield. But, I mean, Hernandez got to it. And he just easily doubled up Stott. And that was a bad play by Stott. Can't do stuff like that. And you know what? I would probably bench Stott tomorrow, just for that, and play Sosa. Just say the hell with it. You're getting a day off. It's Sunday. Clear your head. We don't do crap like that. I make a point. But bad play by Stott. Had a chance, tied a game up, and who knows at that point if you would have got another run or two or three. That was your opportunity. That was the inning. That was the turning point. Bottom of the fifth inning. Circle it. Phillies lost the game right there on that bad play. Okay? So bottom of the fifth inning ends, double play, 2-1 Dodgers lead. And then top of the sixth, what happens? Aaron Nola gives up a solo shot to Michael Conforto. He gets all of it this time. His 16th career home run at Citizens Bank Park. Kills the Phillies, just like Freddie Freeman. It's a good signing by the Dodgers, actually. I was kind of laughing when I saw the lineup today and I saw Conforto batting fourth and, Ohtani batting first. And I'm kind of like giggling, like that's their four-hole hitter is Conforto. Like, look at the rest of the lineup. Tommy Edmonds batting fifth, Max Muncy's sixth, Pages is seventh, Kike Hernandez is eighth, Austin Barnes is nine. And you go to the Phillies 6-9. You tell me, or the Phillies 5-9. Tell me what lineup you'd rather have. I think most of you would say the Phillies. Again, this is without Freddie Freeman in there. But even if Freeman's in there, I think it's still close. I still think it's Phil's. Now, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, yeah, that's a fearsome foursome right there. But the rest of those guys, I don't know. But Conforto, I credit Dave Roberts, puts him in the 4 slot, and he had himself a game. Player of the game, Conforto. But that was it. The Phillies couldn't do squat. So that was 3-1 Dodgers lead. Phillies couldn't get a hit since the 5th inning. Then the bottom of the 9th comes. Harper gets an infield single. He does his part, does the best he can, and everybody else does nothing. You got double play from Bohm right there. And then the next play, a line out. 3 pitches. Three, put 4 up. 3 pitches is all it took. That's it. You're not taking pitches, man. It's try and take some pitches, bro. You swing at the first pitch, you're down 2. I know one swing would have tied it up, man, but come on, man. That wasn't your pitch, was it? Boom. Getting these comments. Mike saying hit and run or bunt or drag bunt and stealing a base or two, that is still part of baseball no matter who is making the calls. Absolutely, Pat. Absolutely. You got to be able to do this stuff. You can't rely on the long ball all the time. You can't live and die by the long ball. More times than not, you die. Uh-oh. Big Al saying, careful, Sal, that is Homer type speak. And I was mentioning Homer stuff. I was talking some Homer stuff, right? I know who that's going to, as soon as the Homer stuff starts, right? It's like a call to the NSA, the Homer speak, and it goes right to headquarters. It goes to Matty B, the headquarters of It's a Rap Sports. And he gets on the bat phone, right? And he listens to that playback. I hope I don't pronounce your name wrong. Jing Freaks. Who's pitching tomorrow? Sorry if I pronounced Jing or Ging. Who's pitching tomorrow? That is Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies and Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. So that's a good game, man. I can't wait. Afternoon baseball, day baseball, man. Nothing better. Serious, man. My favorite. Pap says, I noticed that sitting the hottest hitter in Mundo Sosa on the team as of right now has blew up in Robbie's face. Look, I love Mundo Sosa, man, and I like the guy to try and get the guy as many at bats as he can. You saw Thompson ended up putting him in after he pinch hit. He plays center field, and he made a play in center too. He's capable of playing anywhere on the diamond. Anywhere you want to put him, he can play. Uh, you know, maybe he'll get the start tomorrow. It's Sunday, but I think the Phillies are going to do everything they can to try and win the series. But like I was saying, maybe you bench Stott, send a message, you tell him clear your head, take a day off. It's Sunday. It's your off day anyway. Make some BS. Put in Sosa, let him play second, and let's go. Let's win. Let's win the series. Here it is. It's a Rap Sports Network. The bat phone. It went. The Homer speak. The antennas go up. Remember, everyone, that everything Sal is saying is proudly brought to you by Big Al's Excuse Emporium. And in case you're wondering what that is, it's right here. Big Al's Excuse Emporium. I have my membership card there, apparently. You know, Big Al's Excuse Emporium, Sal and Big Al goes together. Have been making excuses for all Philly major sports teams since 2024. Flyers, Sixers, Eagles, and now your Philadelphia Phillies. That's right. We can't help it, guys. We make the excuses. Frankie says, how about them Dodgers? I've got a Dodgers fans in our midst, guys. No excuses. Go Dodgers. I'm not making excuses, Frankie. We have a chance. We got the Dodgers number. So we'll see who wins the series tomorrow. Dodgers going back to back, says Frankie. And I say, no, sir. Not this time. And congrats on your win last year. Much deserved. Much earned. Phillies have only committed one error this season. It was committed by Bohm in the Rockies series finale. All right, I missed that one, Matty B. But overall, Bohm has been making some nice plays at third base. He's looking pretty good there. He's not Mike Schmidt. I'm not going to say that. But he's looking pretty good. All right, let's see. So we talk about tomorrow. Oh, I got some other stuff to go through. I'm all over the place. Trying to follow my scripts. Let's break down this box score a bit. Take a look, see. I don't know if we're going to like what we see here, but Kyle Schwarber doing Schwarber things. He leads off. He bats cleanup. It doesn't matter. He gets hits. He went 1 for 3 with a run, and he struck out. Still doing well. Trey Turner is doing well. He keeps hitting 1 for 4. Just need him to stay healthy. No back problems. Whatever kept him out what was it last year? The knee or his ankle? I forgot. But he had a long-term injury, and that's when Mundo Sosa stepped in admirably and played exceptionally well for the team. Bryce Harper got himself a hit, 1 for 3. That was that infield spinning grounder that caught the third baseman Max Muncy off guard. He couldn't handle it. That was Bryce's only hit. He did get on base, though. He also walked. Alec Bohm went 0 for 4. He got the RBI, though. The only Phillies run. Can't kill him that much today. Max Kepler, 0 for 4. I need more from you, Max. Nick Castellanos, to me, I thought he had the worst game of all the Phillies bats just because I saw him chase 2 pitches outside of the zone that were both hit for flyouts. You got to do a better job there, Nick. You've been having a good start to the season, but not your best game today. JT Realmuto went 0 for 2 with a walk. And I'll tell you what about JT, man. He can still throw guys out. He's still got a cannon of an arm. He might not be the player he was offensively when we first signed him. And his contract is up at the end of the year. And I do like the guy. I really do. But I can't justify giving him $20 million plus to come back, an extension. And I know he wants to come back. But if you're going to sign guys, so now at this point, Schwarber, he's going to be a free agent. Ranger Suarez is going to be a free agent after this season. I mean, this is do or die time for the Phillies. I'm assuming they're not going to give any contracts right now unless you plan to sign all 3 guys because you're going to have some salty dudes out there. You sign Schwarber or you sign JT and Rangers like, yeah, what about me? You're going to leave somebody out, duck, duck, goose here. and somebody's going to be pissed off about it. So now I think you should have did what you're going to do preseason before everything started. Now signing guys in season is very difficult because once you do, you know, it can be a distraction. I mean, that contract hanging over your head, or you watch one guy get paid, the other guy doesn't. Maybe, subconsciously, comes some jealousy, some animosity there. But Kyle Schwarber, man, to me, you got to re-sign this dude, man. 3 years. I go 3 years, 75 million. I'd like to think that would get it done, but we'll see. But Schwarber hits 40 home runs. He's a free agent at the end of the year, which he's on pace to hit 40 homers now. Plus, I don't know if I'm him. I'll be like, nah, I'm cool. I'll wait now. Had your chance, you know. JT, on the other hand, though, if you offered him a qualifying offer, which this year was like $21+ million, next year is going to be more. You don't want to offer him that because there's a good chance he's going to take it, even if it's a 1-year deal. Make $22 million for 1 year, he'll probably take it. So I'd risk even offering him that. If you want to sign an extension, I don't know. It's got to be some team-friendly type of deal, but I'd rather see what Marchand has and let him be the bridge to Eduardo Taillé when he's ready to come up. He's the catcher of the future. He's the guy they're building. We'll see, man. I think signing JT would be a mistake, but if he gives you a rock bottom bargain basement price, all right, then I think about it. But I can't give this student $20 million, man. No way. Bryson Stott went 1 for 3 with a K, and Brandon Marsh went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Amundo Sosa, he was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Phillies only struck out 8 times in this game, a lot better than their 19 times last week. But man, they couldn't muster anything. And Roki Sasaki, he did not look great. 4 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Gave up 3 hits in 4 innings, 1 run. I mean, the Phillies could have got to this. They should have. When they knocked him out of the game, it should have been lights out. Now, Dodgers have a great bullpen. We already know they have multiple people that can close on this team. Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, Blake Trinan. Those guys even all play. You had Tanner Scott play. You had a bunch of, Anthony Banda. It's his 3rd win of the year. Kasparius, still don't even know who that is. He pitched 2 innings, got himself a hold. Vesla, I don't know who that is. So they got a bullpen. And these guys are all pitching good so far. But man, I just hate to see that. 3-1. And Aaron Nola, again, he pitched good. I'm not going to say okay, he pitched better. He pitched good. The home runs suck. But he gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched. You take that. 7 hits, yeah, that's a lot. 3 runs, all right. You can live with that. But right now, Nola's sitting on a 6.35 ERA and 1.24 WHIP. That's not ace-level material. That's not second-starter material. That's Taijuan Walker last year material. You can't be having that. And these home runs, man, whew, if you could just figure out a way to keep the ball in the ballpark, man, you go back to ace days. But, yeah, it is what it is at this point. Aaron Nola gives up home runs. That is a fact. 60+ home runs in 2 years. Joe Ross pitched nice out of the bullpen, 2 innings, shutout ball, 1 strikeout, and Tyler Banks, 1 inning pitched and a walk. So the bullpen, did what we're supposed to do. They didn't give up any runs. It's just you couldn't score past the 1st inning, and that's a crappy game. This is Phillies 6-2. Maybe they can go 7-2 tomorrow. Let's see. I already gave you my. Well, you know what? Let me do it anyway. I'll do it. That was all brought to you by our Yeah, I'm a little rusty with all this. I was supposed to run that before I just gave you my whole spiel there. But there you go. That was the bottom line. Phillies still have a chance to take it tomorrow. The 5th inning did him in. That bad play by Stott. The discipline at the plate today. It wasn't a good game. It just wasn't. And Aaron Nola pitched good, not great, but he only gave up 3 runs. It's not like he gave up 7. And yeah, I wish he can keep the ball in the ballpark. But we could take the rubber match tomorrow, Sunday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern. Christopher Sanchez against Tyler Glasnow. That is a game to watch, friends. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Around Baseball. Let me pull that up in my little video. All right, taking a look around Major League Baseball right now in the top of the first in Tejas. The Texas Rangers and the Tampa Bay Rays get underway. Top of the first, scoreless. Top of the first in Queens. We have the Blue Jays at the Mets. That's top of the first. Just getting underway. Nothing. And just getting underway in Milwaukee, we have the Brewers hosting the Cincinnati Reds. And game just about to begin. Not in anywhere, just warming up there. In Atlanta, the Braves hosting the Miami Marlins. At 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, we have the Colorado Rockies hosting the Sacramento, or just the Athletics. That's right. They don't have no city in front of them this year. In San Francisco, the Giants will be hosting the Seattle Mariners at 9:38 p.m. Eastern. I don't know who makes these pitch times up, guys. This is TBS. The Angels of Anaheim, of Los Angeles, of California, are hosting the Cleveland Guardians. And the final in Detroit, the Tigers smashed the White Sox 7-2. And a final in Minnesota, the Twins all over the Houston Astros 6-1. And the Cubs in the north side of Chicago crushed the San Diego Padres 7-1. In Washington, the Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 4-3. Beat up on each other, guys. In Philadelphia, your Philadelphia Phillies lost to the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-1. And for all you fans, for all you Pennsylvania fans, the Pittsburgh Pirates hosted the Yankees but got demolished by them 10-4. And in Kansas City, the Royals were obliterated by the Orioles 8-1. And the rain out, we had the Cardinals at the Red Sox was rained out, will be made up tomorrow. All right. And that's it around the neighborhood. That is me. Dodgers versus Phillies NLCS. Yes, Frankie. All right. Well, I could say that we can agree on that. We can agree on that. This matchup right now, this is a preview of the playoffs and what we're going to see. And I remember 2008, the Dodgers versus the Phillies, man. Manny Ramirez and them came to town. And that was a fun series for the Phils. So we'll see what happens. Michael Papernick saying Suarez is gone, and I think they let Realmuto test the market, and I think they signed Schwarber. And yeah, I think that's how it's going to go down. I don't think they're going to re-sign Suarez to a deal unless it's team friendly. I think, man, imagine if the Phillies gave him that big deal when he was just lighting the world up last year in the first half. You know, that could have been disaster for the Phils. So I like Ranger. But that back, man, a dodgy back, I'm not giving this dude big time money. And Realmuto, yeah, let him test, and maybe if you can always come back. But somebody's going to want him. I just can't see giving him that money. But Schwarber, that's the guy. To me, he's the leader of this team. It's not Bryce Harper. A lot of people think it's Bryce. It's not Bryce. It's Kyle. Kyle Schwarber's the leader. And I just hope, I hope the deal's done sooner than later, but I got a feeling it's one of those things. It might be at the end of the year. I don't know. Maybe the All-Star break. I don't know. I want him to stay here, though. But I don't know how you're going to sign him and not the other guys. So now I just think, I hope they don't lose him. That's what I'm worried about. You think Bohm is a free agent after this season? Maybe. I thought maybe he has one more year left, but it's possible you're right. And I don't see us re-signing Bohm at all. I do not want to re-sign Bohm. Play Aiden Miller at third base. I'm fine with that. We could do that. We've got Justin Crawford coming up in center field soon. So Andrew Painter coming up. Hope for the future, friends. Hope for the future. And, good times ahead. I expect a good game tomorrow. And guys, before I sign off, just let me do a little piece of business here for the network. Final word with Maddie B, Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you check that out. Our soccer show for your Union fans, the Attacking Third with Pat Bernard and Steve Fuentes on It's a Wrap Network. And we got the wraparound with Pat Bernard Sundays tomorrow. That's going to be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you check that out. Pat looks absolutely thrilled to be hosting it. That picture. Now you're looking good, Pat. And in this page, in this one, PM in the AM is making its return to It's a Wrap Sports Network. You got Mike Lauro choking out Pat Bernard here, just like they normally do every week. Love to see it. And the finale tomorrow, Matty B on Sunday. He'll be talking prospects, too, down on the farm. That's always a highlight every Sunday on the Fighting's Final here. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging with me today. I hope you all have a great rest of your night and a great weekend. Let's get the Dodgers tomorrow. Go, Phils. Take care, everyone. Talk to you next time. Peace.